It's becoming a little hard to do the videos right now. The sun comes up and beats right through your face, and then it goes away and it's a little bit dark out. Why is there a little smudge there? Oh, it's just a camera. So we're on our way to Harrisburg, as I said. We were on our way, then we stopped at a 7-Eleven. We went the other direction, and then we're coming back this way. And now the eyes, again with the sun. Listen, it's turned into be a, I continue every week. I tell everybody, I shouldn't have to remind everybody what kind of a great year we're having, but we hadn't won any major races. Yes, we had won another Grand Circuit race this year, a tiny little one called the Arden, but this was the first major stake race of our forever, of this since the Stable Open. The Matron Stakes is a fairly substantial stake race, not to mention we made headlines because we had actually supplemented the colt, and a lot of people say, oh, I can't believe you supplemented him. Wow, that was ballsy. Not really. It was supplementum or his year's over, because he didn't have enough money to get into the Valley Victory. It's pretty obvious. He didn't even have enough money to get into the Arden. The way the rules read was, if you put the 20 up, you're guaranteed a spot, which I thought was a little odd, especially since the horses that were first and second also eligible had more money made than we did. But a rule is a rule, and we were allowed into the Matron, and luckily we got to go to the winner's circle. Amy has done a great job with the horse, not just saying that because she's driving and she's my wife, but because she has. James did a great job driving the horse, a great job all around by everybody, and quite frankly a great job by the horse. He's turned into some kind of nice animal. A little bit of validation for a purchase that took balls, last year's purchase, but a little validation there. This was a horse that we had paid the most expensive horse we'd ever bought before at $115,000 last year in Timonium, and very happy that we did. It's a different kind of feeling when people are recognizing you on a world stage. It definitely is a different kind of feeling. So very happy and impressed with 3 Point Blue Chip, what he's done, and I guess even more excited about what he may do in the future. We still have November 20th. We are sitting right now number 8, I believe, in money on active horses that are actively still racing. We are sitting at number 8 in the Valley Victory money point, so we're going to get in. We're getting in the Valley Victory. So one more big giant race. You think that one was cool? The next one goes for $400,000, and it is on November the 20th. So lots to look forward to. Very excited, as I said, not about what just has taken place, but what might take place in the future. I'm not just talking about November 20th. I'm talking about 3 Point Blue Chip's career in general. So 3 Point Blue Chip, a horse to watch moving forward. Definitely a horse that... What are we doing here? What's wrong? Well, unless he's in the bushes, he's left. So I think we're okay. And we're not speeding anyway. So 3 Point Blue Chip, I couldn't be happier with what he's done and how he's done it. And super excited about November 20th, but quite frankly, looking even further down the line, very interested in what he's going to look like next year. Also, globe trotting, we got our AST back. I didn't report this to all our owners, but our AST was 10,000, which really isn't that shocking. So I think we're okay. The 10,000 AST really isn't that shocking, and quite frankly, not even that surprising. I thought it would have been a little bit higher. The 10,000 we can work with as we speak right now, it's probably down around 7. As you hear this video, it's probably down around 5. We'll be able to train her up next Saturday. Pretty good. I think train her another little trip first of the week, not this week, coming up the week after, and then maybe even get a schooler into her on the Friday. So a week from this Friday, we should be able to school globe trotting. Yes, raced great last week. Hunter Myers drove him great. He's in to go this week, a little bit closer to the inside of the gate. A little bit different company. I think we got even a better shot this week. I don't know what he's going to do with him, but I suspect he'll have him forwardly placed off of the gate. At Glare AM, she's racing. I don't want to jinx her, but she has had a tremendous return to Ontario. That one little hiccup where she broke her trotting hobbles is well behind her now, And tonight she's in a class that she's already won 3 times. So hopefully some luck tonight with her. Stonebridge Simba continues to race good. He's getting better. I told you guys, every time this horse pops a quarter crack, he always takes a little bit of time to get over it, right? His next couple of races are so-so, and this is coming on his 3rd race from there. So I suspect you'll see a very good outing from Stonebridge Simba this week. Now, as you know, we had sold some horses last week. Tipsy and Dixie, this will be our last start with us on Tuesday. Tanzanite Tricks left our care on, what day was that? Wednesday. Was it Thursday? Wednesday evening. Tanzanite Tricks left. Rose Run Why Not was sold after the race the other night. And I had somebody ask me, he said, Anthony, why do you keep selling these horses? You know, these are good quality animals. Yeah, they are. But they're also running into where they're going to run into some problems. Tipsy and Dixie is going to have 8 wins. 8 wins, I think, or 9 wins potentially after Tuesday, and over 100,000 US made. Not a lot of places to race a filly like her, but the money that we received for her was top dollar. So the seller's price on a good filly that's done a lot of good for us, and will probably continue to do good for the new clients also, the new people that own her, is always a good thing. I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand, is why would you sell a horse that's doing good? Well, I guess the obvious answer to that is a continuation of that sentence, because you'll never sell a horse that's doing bad. And eventually these horses will tail off, and eventually they will start to get a little tired. Eventually they will start to find classification problems, and at that point, it's too late. And nobody's going to want your horse. You're going to have it forever, have to race it in a claimer, watch it decline, and this is the thing that we're trying to get away from. We've done it in the past. It has not had favorable results for us. Keeping okay horses into their 4-year-old season? No. Keeping Globetrotting, White Tiger, horses that are good horses, that are a little bit above those horses. It's all the difference in the world. So for especially Tanzanite Tricks and Rose Run, why not? I think those were decent sales. Tipsy and Dixie, you can make an argument to potentially keep her, but the downside was much greater than the upside. I thought it made much more sense to move this filly on. As far as First Glance, I've talked about First Glance. The other day, you guys saw what happens when they're not on the top of their game. They're just not. What's wrong? When they're on the top of their game and they're getting beat up, or when they're just not quite there. You saw the other day what happens. A second or a third from the week before quickly turns into a 7th or an 8th, and it's not really something we want to go through. So First Glance is heading to Harrisburg. That's that. I'm a Lovely Lady and Mama Knows Best will also be sold in the near future. Mama Knows Best is going to the sale, and I'm a Lovely Lady is not. She is on game. What else do we do this week? Well, we went with our babies this week also, and I certainly don't want to start, Steve and I talked about it on the way down, and Amy, I don't want to start making top 10 lists of horses when they don't even know how to go fast yet. But having said that, there are some horses that I thought looked really, really good. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, wow, that horse looked very good, because there was a number of them, both here and in Ohio last week. You look at horses like Cutie Cumber, the horse that Steve Palermo liked, that's an embryo transfer filly by Chapter 7. She looked very, very good. Go back and look at when Danny moved her a couple of times. She really come with a big head of steam. Nice filly. Very happy with her. But again, you know, when I'm looking at horses that were very well bred, you look at a horse that I think maybe even topped the list of everybody the other day, who was High Enterprise. This is a filly, first crop sire in Enterprise, first foal from a Muscle Hill mare. High Enterprise looked exceptionally good the other day, and I was very happy. And as good as she looked yesterday, she looked even better today on the track with Johnny McKinnon. I had Sir Strong out there, and the big Sir Strong colt thought he was going to do a little kicking yesterday, so I went with him today to make sure he understood that there'll be no kicking on the racetrack. Didn't even have to talk to him. He was fine, did his work, trotted on really well. I thought he was trotting very strong, and Mario and Johnny turned and came with me. Johnny had High Enterprise. Mario had, what's the name of that filly? Cash Deals. And we straightened into the stretch and I let him trot. I thought we were going a pretty good clip, and Johnny went by me with High Enterprise like I was going the other way. She looks very, very good. So again, even though it's extremely preliminary and almost not even worth talking about, some of our Ohio horses look very interesting already. High Enterprise on the top of that list. And then Horn Player, she looked very, very good. This is Alarm Detector's sister. Danny thought she had a big engine in her. Again, we're talking about things that mean nothing today as opposed to in June. How they look today, yesterday, tomorrow, really it's just what you're hoping for is to be able to draw that talent out and extrapolate what they may look like down the road. Una Madonna, I thought looked fantastic yesterday. She was very good. What a mission. I said to Jason, I said, wow, this colt trot's very nice. He goes, wow, he's almost bomb-proof already. He's a beautiful horse. He does everything right. Again, this was one of our earlier purchases in the Ohio Select sale in What a Mission, What the Hill colt. I also put Magical Tom on the list, partially to continue to rub it into everybody. Secondly, because the horse looked good. He finished up really, really strong. He has a nice gait. Who was on the track with him today, Amy? When we were jogging around. I know Johnny loved him yesterday. I forget who it was. We were jogging around. He looked great again today. Johnny said the horse was fantastic yesterday. A horse that actually did surprise me. I liked him. I thought he had a nice gait. He had a little bit to offer. Coming from a really small jurisdiction by an unknown sire, I didn't really know what to think getting in. I'm actively looking for partners in both the Illinois horses that are on this list. But GJ's ATM, he looked good in with some mixed company yesterday. Now again, take all that I say with a grain of salt when it comes to today's video, because it's November. It's not going to matter in January, February, March what I say in November, but it does for right now. What they look like, sure, it's a good starting point when you say this horse looked good now. I mean, sure, it doesn't mean that he will later on, but he definitely looked good yesterday. GJ's ATM did everything right and did it very, very well. Very happy with him. A horse that looked fantastic was Landing Strip. Pretty happy with the tactical landings. If you look at our day one video that we did for you guys just a little while ago on the truck here, you'll note that I had at least one, if not two, tactical landings on that list. One for sure, and if the other one isn't on there, it's for very good reason. But there are definitely two horses by tactical landing minimum on day one that I find very, very interesting. Landing Strip, I talked about this horse on Facebook. I talked about him before. He sold out, but truthfully speaking, man, he's just a really, really good-looking horse. This is Pinkman's brother, and I'm Pink 2's brother, so it's not really shocking the horse looks good. He looked like $1 million yesterday. Twin Cedars All-Star is the other Illinois bred. That's that good-looking bay colt with the big white socks for them. You know, that horse was sick all week, and for him to go out and trot the way he did today was impressive. He looked great. Very, very impressed with him. Smoking Hot Irish Girl. These are three horses from the Ohio training set the other day. Smoking Hot Irish Girl is Yes's sister. I think, truthfully speaking, of all the horses we broke so far, she interests me almost the most, right? I love High Enterprise. I love Una Madonna. I love a lot of these horses for different reasons. Tactical Landing, Sons and Daughters, Landing Strip. But Smoking Hot Irish Girl is Yes's sister. And if I guess the easiest way to look at it, yeah, if I took Yes out of that pedigree and just said, what do you think of this filly? I don't think it would diminish in any way the way I feel about her or change the way I feel about her. She looks awesome. She does everything right. Wow, that sun is bright. She does everything right, and she looks good doing it, but she makes it look effortless. If you guys go back and look at Yes, he always looked like this big, clunky kid that just couldn't put it all together until he did. She doesn't look like that. She looks like she's got it all going on right now. She looks fantastic. So, Smoking Hot Irish Girl looked great. Swinging Senorita, I had no idea what to think of this filly. You know, a good-looking filly. She's an Uncle Peter. How would she be? They said she was a little pacey over there. We added some weight to her, and I let her rock at Northfield. Man, she is a big, big, powerful girl. Very, very impressed with Swinging Senorita. And then a colt that everybody's been talking about in our barn in Ohio. This one is the nicest gait. He's fluid. He's smart. He does everything right. He looks like he's quick on his feet. Columbus was absolutely awesome on Wednesday. Really, really impressed with that colt. I can't say enough about him, how he looks, and what he's done so far. Now, again, long way to go. Long way to go before any of this matters. But a great starting point for a number of our babies already. So, counting a couple of horses hanging out in our barn right now, getting broke in training, we have 52 babies in the barn right now. we're on our way to where they sell more. So we likely will end up with more. I suspect by the time we have some horses sent to us, buy some horses here in Harrisburg, we'll likely end up with somewhere around 60 babies for the year. Now, a number of people also asking about the race horses. Anthony, are we getting any? Yes, I have bought in Locatelli and will continue to look at horses to fit what we're trying to do. Just like I told you that Tipsy and Dixie and Tanzanite Tricks, those horses needed to go for various reasons. The opposite can be said for the ones that we're bringing in. I want to bring in horses that have places to race. Locatelli can race in a million different places in many, many jurisdictions. He's got 4 wins. Yes, we paid a lot of money for him, but what he can hopefully do for the stable is that it pales in comparison to that $93,000 price tag that we got him for. And then looking at some of the other horses in the sale, we will end up with similar horses too, hopefully to Tipsy and Dixie. The only difference being that they're a year behind her in the sense that they don't have as many wins. They don't have as much money made, and they'll be able to make that money on the way up their classification list. That is the plan for Harrisburg. It isn't just to sell some and bring more in. We're doing it methodically. We're doing it in a way that makes sense. When you look at the classifications both in Ontario, Ohio, Pennsylvania, wherever we race, we want to have horses that can do well when they go on the track. And that is what we're trying to do right now on our way to Harrisburg. So, for this week, obviously coming up, we have Mama Knows Best, Won My Heart Hanover, who also is heading to the sale. Won My Heart. Those horses will be racing this week. Walk on the Moon is in to go again. You know, I had a call from one of our clients, or a text message from one of our clients that watches all our races, watches all the horses that are in to go. And if I was a gambling man, I would say he is a gambling man. And he told me he thought all the horses that we have in to go, now obviously a couple of them are in together, so they can't, but most of the horses we have in to go look like they have a pretty good shot to win. So coming in healthy, coming in strong, coming in ready to go, we should have a great week both in Harrisburg at the sale and on the track in multiple jurisdictions all over North America. So it could be a very, very good week for the stable.ca. It all kicks off tonight with Eglaire AM. We'll be at the sale tomorrow looking at horses. If you want to come out and hang out with us at the sale, feel free to drop by, drop me a line, say, hey, where can we meet up with you? We'd be happy to have you come out with us. And when it comes to the sale this week, there'll be lots of long days, lots of long nights, but at the same time, hopefully it'll all pay off next year during the summer. So the last big sale of the season is on right now. For those of you who reached out as far as the partnerships are concerned, thank you very much. We still have spots. We're actively hoping that people fill those up before Monday or Tuesday, but we'll see how that works out during the sale. So I will talk to all of you very, very soon.